Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we've got news of awesome new products and price rises, although they're not particularly huge, and I'm sure we will survive. So, let's start off with a really adorable set of accessories, which is coming out over in Korea. And what we've got here is a Psyduck deck box. And this is adorable, ladies and gentlemen. This is like completely, fully, brilliantly adorable. Shout out to Primal Lugia for helping us get hold of these pictures. I love this. This is wonderful. And I'm going to say it, right? Like, I have said that our kind of mats that we get in English really aren't all that great at the moment. I hope they get better soon. And Japan have been doing a lot of incredibly cool stuff. I mean, the Serena playmat is one that I think is particularly redonkulously awesome. And let's not forget that we did have the Trainer Lodge, I believe it was called. Well, it was a map, but it was a bunch of other stuff as well. That was extremely cool. But Korea have been absolutely knocking it out the park lately. And the lovely Stephen Kent went and reminded me, as we were talking about this, that they did actually do this Ditto playmat a little while ago. And it seems like it's got the same kind of energy, honestly. I mean, both Ditto and Psyduck look pretty confused. And it's just basically a playmat with a particular Pokemon all over it. Like, I'm sure there are some people watching whose favourite Pokemon is Ditto or Psyduck. And if you're watching this and one of those is your favourite Pokemon, you're probably looking at these mats and going, oh my goodness, that's the best mat I have ever seen in my life. So yeah, these are amazing. So we've got a Psyduck deck box and a Psyduck playmat. These are absolutely wonderful, absolutely brilliant. And look, I'm not going to tell you these things are easy to get hold of. I currently don't import stuff from Korea, just the US and Japan. So they're not the easiest things to get hold of, but there's ways. There's plenty of reseller sites. I'm sure you can have a little search around and find it easily enough. I'm not giving you any examples because there's no one there's no one who I support or I use, so I don't want to put my weight behind anyone. I can't really give you a recommendation because I don't have one. Sorry about that. However, I'm sure you can get hold of these if you try nice and hard. Now, other news we need to get to today does involve the raising of prices of Japanese products. And shout out once again to the lovely Primal Lugia, who has collated all of these together for us. It just makes my job easy, honestly. I could do this myself. Obviously, I could. But it's kind of lovely when someone else does it for me. So, yeah. Shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia. To be fair, I do have the table, but the table is written in Japanese. So, I suppose it really depends how good your Japanese is. Here's a table in Japanese, but I think we'll probably flick to an English one. Now, what is very important to note, this is not happening yet. This is going to happen with the Scarlet and Violet series, which is coming out at the beginning of next year. Now, this is over in Japan, but I think it's fair to say this might be happening here as well. I mean, we've seen in the Digimon TCG, and yes, I know it's Digimon, but still, we have seen the prices of booster packs being raised from $3.99 to $4.19. That is absolutely a thing that happened at BT10 as an example, the new set just coming out. That is happening with them as well. If you want to know more about that, head on over to my channel, Wassy Plays, where we talk about card games that don't have Pokemon in. Over here, we're all Pokemon all of the time. But the point is, it's happening in Japan, and it's happening in other card games, and it's going to happen a bit over here. I know prices have been raising in some ways, but you'll notice, for instance, the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection is $120, the same as the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection was $120. And we tend to see this. You know, booster packs of Silver Tempest, I believe this is right. Do, as always, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, but I believe booster packs of Silver Tempest are still going to be retailing for $3.99. I could be wrong again, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe that the prices of packs and stuff in English have remained the same for a while now. So yes, I'm telling you about an increase in price in Japan as it stands at the moment. However, when Scarlet and Violet comes out, I would expect a price rise there as well. I'm not saying it will. I don't have any information. This is all me basically making a prediction. It's not me sharing information. It's me making a prediction. But I do believe we will see a price rise of all the major products as we head into Scarlet and Violet. It's only been announced for Japan right now, but Japan have announced it with the release of Scarlet and Violet, which incidentally, start of a new block makes perfect sense. So that would be when you'd raise the prices. Other card games have been doing it, but they haven't had that perfect time to do it, like the release of a new game and a new block and all of that. So it's confirmed for Japan now, but I would expect it to be confirmed for the US, UK, Europe, etc. At the moment, I've double-checked with Silver Tempest. We are still seeing booster packs retailing for $3.99. I would not expect Scarlet and Violet booster packs to be retailing for $3.99. I would love to be wrong about that, incidentally, but you know everything that's going on at the moment in the world has been for a while. The price of everything is going up, and I think this is probably going to follow suit. The good news is, over in Japan, yes, the prices are going up, but the prices aren't going up by a huge amount. They're, little, not quite nominal increases, but pretty gosh darn small nonetheless. So if we go and have a little bit of a look at that table, we can see the booster packs are going from 165 yen to 180 yen. Now, if we do that as a percentage, and I really hope my maths is right here, that is a 9% increase, which is fine. That makes perfect sense. Sleeves are going up from 792 yen to 889, which is roughly a 12% rise. Still pretty cheap, let's be clear. Playmats are going up from 2,750 yen to 2,970, which is an 8% increase. So these are all, creeping up a little bit. Our card display frames. Let's do one more example here. So they are going up by 290 yen. From the original 1,200 yen, which actually makes that a 24% increase. So the card frames, I'm just double checking my maths on this one. Yeah, the card frames are actually jumping up by quite a lot. That is pretty much going up by a quarter. And yeah, that is right. 290 over 1,200. Yeah, unfortunately so. So, we see a lot of this is kind of around about the 10% mark. Couple products a little bit higher. We'd like it if the prices didn't go up, but my feeling on this is it's been a while since this stuff went up. I mean, bearing in mind, for a couple of years now, I have been covering all of the new products coming out in Japan, playmat, sleeves, all of that good stuff, and these prices have remained unchanged for at least a couple of years, and the price of everything is going up. We've got a lot of things going on in the world right now which is contributing to this. It is unfortunately about time. And like I say, it's not happening now. This is happening with the release of Scarlet and Violet in the Pokémon TCG. But I would expect this to be a thing moving forward, and not just in Japan. Now, just to confirm 100% before we finish, the things I'm showing you on the screen, that is confirmed price rises for Japan. That is real. They're in Japanese on the Japanese website. But the lovely Primal Lugia has gone and made an English version of it because they're wonderful people. However, it's not confirmed to be happening in the West, but it would make sense that prices are due to go up, and it would make sense that they would also happen with the release of Scarlet and Violet. So I expect to be bringing that news story to you within the next couple of months. Sorry about that. For now, ladies and gentlemen, and obviously we would expect it to be announced in Japan a little bit before it was announced in English, because the set's coming out in Japan before they're coming out over here. Right, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we know, and now it's over to you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Tell me how worried you are, or not, for the release of Scarlet and Violet. Do you think I'm right about this? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get weekly bonus pods or answer all of your questions, join a Discord where you can chat with us, and just generally have an awful lot of fun. Oh yeah, and get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely AB3, who has been a supporter of ours for a long time now. Thank you very much, AB3, for being a long-time supporter and being a very thoroughly lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.